DonInLondon, hello. It's 21st of June. I'll just double check that. I've been having a bit of a day with where I am. 21st of July. Going to start again. No, I'm not. I'm just human. 21st of July 2009. DonInLondon, hello. My video is all about recovery from addiction to substance or behaviour, or addiction to substance and behaviour. My substance, alcohol, for far too many years, probably 35, and my behaviour controlled by my addiction, I guess, in the latter days. I don't know when I crossed the line, probably around about 2002, 2003, where 24/7 drinking was the only option. I'd run out of every other way of coping with my life, and for a long time booze was taking the edge off, enabling me to cope daily rather than live a life plan one day long. And these days in recovery means one day at a time. And it's sad news yesterday, the 22-year-old who died from cirrhosis and was not able to have a transplant liver because of their alcoholism. And you know, this disease strikes people at different ages. Some people get it and understand it early, some people live with it for long periods of time, probably hard drinkers, and then drinkers who cannot stop because there is dependency on how to live with it rather than how to live without it. And the key really in recovery is simply how to live without it on a daily basis, it being your addiction, substance, or your behaviour. So for me, I don't drink on a daily basis, and it's been a few years now, and simply I needed help. All of those early days, if you like, trying to understand what was going on with me, and I had no clue about addiction really. It was the one area of life where I purposefully probably avoided it, because alcohol served a purpose for a long time. That was to take the edge off, to take away my reluctance to change, and always trying to be whatever you wanted me to be and what I thought would be acceptable to other people. So these days, a little less people pleasing and a bit more about who am I, how do I keep happiness going on a daily basis, or how do I deal with sadness on a daily basis. So it's the ability to cope in some ways, but it's also the ability to live and experience what is life right now. And the complicated people that we are, with a simple solution, simply not to drink a day at a time, is something we don't actually see as valuable if we are addicted. We see it as a challenge to our willpower to curb how much we utilise drink, and then finally we have no way of stopping. It's dreadful. And for the person who was 22 to lose their life to an addiction so early and need a liver transplant is absolutely devastating for family and obviously that person, that they were not considered worth treating. And even though that has happened, I guess the person knew at the end there was no way of stopping the drink and no way of stopping that behaviour, and they'd run out of options, and so had the medical profession. So it is a true tragedy, an untreatable case, and you know, that's not unusual. Many people get there later in life, but a lot of people get there very early in life. So those who I suppose drink like crazy and run at life as fast as they can often do die early, and we have many examples of public figures who've done that, of film stars and you name it, music people as well. So it's a sort of salutary lesson which is no good to anybody, because if you don't have the addiction you don't understand it, and if you do have the addiction, probably in denial until we start to work on it one day at a time to be sober. And I'm drinking water because it's lunchtime and I'm a bit late doing my videos. I am a 100% supporter of the AA program, that's Alcoholics Anonymous, but I don't speak for it. You can only speak, nobody speaks for it. People are unique and authentic who go there, and they remain unique and authentic, and they don't need somebody like me or anyone speaking on their behalf about their recovery. So I can only speak about my recovery and how it works. So for me, AA is essential to my continued well-being. And as I mentioned on Facebook earlier, I've been out to have an interview with a third-year medical student who is interested in chronic illness, and alcoholism is one, and the other one she was more interested in was type 1 diabetes, and also clinical depression, and when it started, how it came about. So my type 1 diabetes from a viral source, not from my drinking, because I would have gone type 2 and then dead probably. Type 1 came along in recovery as a gift. A funny way of describing it, but it is a gift, because I'm still alive to have it, and to be properly diagnosed with clinical depression. So quite a useful morning spent explaining how do I deal with recovery, how do I deal with type 1 diabetes, and how do I deal with how do I experience it, clinical depression. And that's the key. We experience it and we live with it, and we know how we feel as the day progresses and what is going on. So AA keeps me alive as well on a daily basis and keeps me on track when I go to meetings. We share the AA Preamble, or statement of what is AA, and it goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So how does AA work for me? Well, you know what? There are 12 steps of action around changing attitudes and behaviour, and there are 12 traditions which keep the fellowship safe. So on this little card here, as you can see, 12 steps of AA, 12 traditions of AA. And they encapsulate the whole program really, because the steps of AA are for people to learn how to experience life and utilise these 12 action steps. Steps mean we have to take action. There is no fixing in recovery. We don't fix ourselves. We find out how to live life on a daily basis, one day at a time. So all those 12 steps are about action and attitude change and behavioural change. As simple as that. Yet we are complicated because we want to know why are we alcoholics and what can we do to actually get back to safe drinking sometimes. And obviously, if you are an addict, somehow the denial stops and the acceptance starts. So we accept on a daily basis no drinking, and we work out how to do that using those 12 steps. So each person uses those 12 steps and utilises them to the best that they suit, how it suits them, not how it suits me, not how it suits another person. It's the personal choice on how to live well. So daily reflections for today, and I haven't even looked at it, I haven't had time. I share that here, and it's 21st of July. It says a priceless gift. By this time, in all probability, we have gained some measure of release from our more devastating handicaps. We enjoyed moments in which there is something like real peace of mind. To those of us who have hitherto known only excitement, depression or anxiety, in other words, to all of us, this newfound peace is a priceless gift. And it goes on to say, I am learning to let go and let God, or good conscience, depending on our beliefs, to have a mind that is open and a heart that is willing to receive God's grace, or to live in good conscience in all my affairs. In this way I can experience the peace and freedom that come as a result of surrender. It has been proven that an act of surrender, originating in desperation and defeat, can grow into an ongoing act of faith, and that faith means freedom and victory. And for me, it was understanding in step 1 that I was powerless over alcohol, and if I took a drink, life would be unmanageable. And then I started to undo myself, or unpick what had been done over the last 35 years, and find out who I wanted to be. I wanted to have less of my defects, which was fear, putting on a brave face and ego, and I wanted more courage, faith and confidence. And the steps helped me learn how to do that, just a bit at a time. Not fixing myself, but just a bit at a time. And I've run out of time. It's been a weird day. I woke up thinking it must be Saturday. So my medication for pain relief is probably interfering a bit with my outlook. But, that's the way it is, and I need to take account of it. So, today, average to okay. Pleased I've been able to help another person understand what addiction is, and share it in a way that can be understood from a place of sobriety rather than raving lunacy, which is where I got to. So, a good day. And as the Serenity prayer goes, God grant me, or God in many cases good conscience, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to learn the difference is just for today.